And now, presenting the field for the 4th Arkansas Breeders' Championship. Number 1 is Vallegos's Twisted Dixie. Robert Klein is the trainer, and the jockey is Gabriel Saez. Number 2 is Bandil Point, owned and trained by Robert Klein, the jockey, Kelsey Haar. Number 3 is Mr. S Racing's Big Success. John Prather Jr. is the trainer, and the jockey, Travis Wales. Number 4 is Daniel T. and David R. Rogers' Bellamys Roan. Ronald Westerman is the trainer, and the jockey is Calvin Burrell. Number 5 is J.E.'s Handmedown, owned and trained by Steve Asmussen, the jockey, Isaac Castillo. Number 6 is End Zone Athletic Incorporated's Promising Shoes. Carl Broberg is the trainer, and the jockey is Emmanuel Esquivel. Number 7 is Implicator, owned by HDT Allied Management and trained by Alejandro Valdez Jr. Implicator's jockey is Iram Diego. Number 8 is William J. Pritchard's Dinner at Crumples. Tammy Hornsby is the trainer, and the jockey is Francisco Arrieta. Number 9 is More Than Blessed, owned and trained by Andrew J. Cassio. The jockey, Giovanni Franco. Number 10 is Jerry Karoom's Tempt Fate. Carl DeVille is the trainer. The jockey is John Geraldo. Number 11 is J&J Thoroughbreds Supercharger. John Prather Jr. is the trainer. The jockey, Luis Quinones. Number 12 is Carson McCord's KJ's Nobility. Wesley Hawley is the trainer, and the jockey is Elvin Gonzalez. Number 13 is Danny R. Caldwell's Mrs. Beans. Federico Villafranco is the trainer, and the jockey is Martin Garcia. And completing the field, number 14, J. Rita Young Thoroughbreds and Robert V. LaPenta's Man in the Can. Ron Moquette is the trainer, and the jockey is Alex Conchari. That's the field for the 4th running of the Arkansas Breeders' Championship. They're off. Man in the Can caught a flyer, goes to the front from Tempt Fate. These two go quickly. Dinner at Crumpy's Supercharger, Mrs. Beans, and Bellamys Roan through at the rail. Then Twisted Dixie, followed by Big Success. To the outside is KJ's Nobility with More Than Blessed. Bandil Point and J.E.'s Hand-Me-Down are next, and at the back of the pack are Implicator, and the trailer is Promising Shoes, and the leader is Dinner at Crumpy's. Dinner at Crumpy's, a length in front. Now Supercharger is racing up outside of Man in the Can, and here's Louis Q and Supercharger. Meanwhile, Tempt Fate is at the rail, and the defending champ is within ahead of the lead. The top 4 are 3 lengths clear of Bellamys Roan. Mrs. Beans is joined and passed by Twisted Dixie. 2.5 back to Big Success, Bandil Point, More Than Blessed, and KJ's Nobility. Then comes J.E.'s Hand-Me-Down. He's 12th. At the back of the pack, 13th and 14th are Implicator and Promising Shoes. They go into the far turn. Tempt Fate, Dinner at Crumpy's, and a 3-wide Supercharger. These 3 right across the racetrack. 2.5 lengths to Man in the Can. Twisted Dixie is doing better at this point than his stablemate Bandil Point, but the Bandits at the rail and 5 from the front still could do it. J.E.'s Hand-Me-Down passed by KJ's Nobility. Then More Than Blessed, top of the stretch, and the leader is to the outside end Supercharger. Between horses Tempt Fate, and Tempt Fate is a neck in front. Supercharger trying to outfend him, and here comes the Bandit up the rail. Bandil Point with a good chance. Supercharger, Bandil Point into second. Then Twisted Dixie and Man in the Can. Supercharger, Bandil Point, and Supercharger is turned away. Bandil Point, and Supercharger will win the Arkansas Breeders' Championship. Supercharger beat Bandil Point. Man in the Can third. Twisted Dixie fourth. And now, returning to the winner's circle, the winner of the 4th running of the Arkansas Breeders' Championship, Supercharger and jockey Luis Quinones. Supercharger is owned by J&J Thoroughbreds and trained by John Prather Jr. Running time, 1 minute, 44 seconds flat. In the winner's circle to present the trophy for the 4th running of the Arkansas Breeders' Championship are Doris and Bill Lawrence.
Here in the infield winner's circle with John Prather, who saddled Supercharger to victory in this year's Arkansas Breeders' Championship. A very good ride by jockey Luis Quinones, and campaigned for J&J Thoroughbreds. Now, this horse has had a phenomenal meet, very solid at the distance. Now, has a lot of really good speed going around a ground. Was that kind of the game plan, John, to kind of sit off that early pace?
Today, we thought it was a whole lot of speed in here, and all we wanted him to do is just break and kind of settle in, let him go at it, and then just kind of pick up the pieces.
Well, it was a really good job by Louis Q, especially going around that first turn with an outer post, because you knew going into that first turn was going to be a rider's job.
Well, I had told Louis, I said, just, try to keep him off that fence, give him plenty of room to get around there, and it worked out pretty good.
Well, this is this horse's 2nd appearance in the Arkansas Breeders, getting the win this afternoon. Supercharger charging to the front end. Job well done. Congratulations.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, John Prather getting the W this afternoon in the feature.